Hang on, hang on, hang on. I have a cake story. I have a cake story. So, allegedly, what I was told at work, I was like pulled aside by someone to gossip. And people don't usually, they don't like come like gossip to me. But this was like juicy gossip, I guess. So I was pulled aside by someone. And I was given the scoop, right? This is what I was told. This is someone who heard this story secondhand from someone else. So they're telling me the story that they remember, that they think that they heard from someone else. Someone came in this morning with a cake. And it was a cake that had like letters on it, those letters that you can buy and put on the cake. It had letters on it and it said, "Happy birthday blank," like whatever that guy's name was. Turns out their birthday was last Tuesday. So it was like a week ago. And now a week later, they're bringing in their own birthday cake that says happy birthday to them to work. It sounds really sad, right? They brought in their own cake, a cake for them. And it's like, aw, poor guy. But here's the thing. I learned later from said person that brought in the cake, none of that was fucking true. Okay? None of that was true. It was not a birthday cake. There was no letters on it. It was like one of those cakes that you could like request that they like write something on it, but it had nothing on it. Okay? It was just a normal ass cake. Number two, it was not for him, but instead it was for another employee who had like taken a test, an important test, and they were like getting their results today. It turns out that person that they bought the cake for, they fucking bombed. Dude, they failed the test hard. So so it doesn't even matter in the end. So there's just a cake for fun, I guess. Also, a side note, the person they bought the cake for, I don't know if they knew beforehand, they're diabetic, so I don't even think they can enjoy the cake. So it's like, what the fuck? I guess it is kind of a sad situation, but it's not as sad as buying your own birthday cake and bringing it into your job. It's more like funny sad now. Before it was like depressing sad, now it's funny. But I don't know, like why would you tell someone? Why would you like specifically bring me to the side and say, look, this guy brought, like that's like a horrible story. And they were like checking, they were like peeking over their shoulder to make sure that the guy like wasn't there, like listening. It wasn't even true. This is how rumors spread. I'm so glad that later I found out what the cake was for. Because if I didn't, I would have thought like, wow, the poor guy. It was just misinformation. They were just spreading misinformation for no fucking reason. They didn't even have the information. They just made it up. And this was them hearing it secondhand too, so I don't even know, like, what they made up. They made up the thing about the letters and the numbers. There were no letters. Anyway, moral of the story, the cake was okay. I had some. It was alright. In the end, I think the moral of the story was spreading misinformation is fun. That's what I learned.